Hey there, you're listening to 10 Films I Hate About You, the podcast where I frequently subject my partner to torture while we watch DVDs in my collection and sort through them one by one. I'm here with Kevin, of course.
Hi.
And he is looking forward to another episode of this podcast, obviously.
Yep, every time.
Yeah. He's been eagerly awaiting our recording of this one, actually, because he's known for quite some time that today we are watching High School Musical 3, Senior Year.
Yep, series so good, you skip the second one.
Yeah, absolutely. The second one is trash, but this one...
Oh, so you decided the second one's trash, but I'll buy the first and third one, instead.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes up for the middle one.
They are better. They are better quality. I'm gonna stand by that.
I'm actually starting to doubt your standards here. So, I'm starting to self-doubt because it's like, you have these movies in your collection. What's your standards like? Does that reflect on me as well?
Yeah, absolutely. What I own, you own.
It's not what I mean. Works. Your taste. It's just your taste.
Yeah, but if someone...
You think something's good, so what's that make me?
Well, if someone came into our house and they looked at our DVD shelves, would they assume they were mine? I don't think so. I think they'd assume High School Musical 3 was yours, obviously.
No, I don't think you're seeing the point here. Yeah, your taste of things.
Oh, right, you're saying that...
see? Even sense of humour, apparently.
You're saying that you're also High School Musical 3, that I picked you because I like High School Musical 3, and you are similar to High School Musical 3.
The things you pick is starting to worry me a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, isn't that the point? Isn't that why we created this podcast? So that we can...
What, so we can judge our relationship and see how we go?
So that we can throw out old DVDs that aren't useful to us anymore.
Oh, God. Well, you haven't thrown out anything.
No, that's because the good people of Facebook always disagree with your...
Well, are they good people then?
Your take. Who knows? All right, are you ready for the blurb?
I suppose.
Now, just so you know, when I picked up this DVD, I realised not only is this High School Musical 3 Senior Year, it's also the extended edition.
The extended torture.
Yeah, the extended cut. On the back it even says, bigger than ever, with additional scenes.
It doesn't need any more scenes, I don't think.
Well, we'll soon find out. Let the celebration begin with Disney's High School Musical 3 Senior Year Extended Edition. It doesn't get any better than this. I didn't add that. That's in the blurb.
They're trying to sell it really well.
Yeah, not me, them. It's almost graduation day for high school seniors Troy, Gabriella, Sharpay, Chad, Ryan, and Taylor.
Who's Chad?
Chad's the friend on the basketball team, Corbin Bleu.
Oh, I just know her as Corbin Bleu.
Oh, well.
Because he sounds like, chicken Corbin Bleu.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's chicken stuffed with cheese and garlic, or butter and garlic. Anyway.
Sounds really good.
Yes. That's why his name sticks. But go on.
And the thought of heading off in separate directions after leaving East High has these Wildcats thinking they need to do something they'll remember forever. Together, with the rest of the Wildcats, they stage a spring musicale, reflecting their hopes and fears about the future.
Why do they call themselves Wildcats collectively? The Wildcats thing, I feel like it's more of a sports thing. But anyway.
I think it's a US thing. I think that if you, go to a school and your mascot is a Wildcat, everyone's a Wildcat.
Go on.
Together with the rest of the Wildcats, they stage a spring musicale reflecting their hopes and fears about the future and their unforgettable experiences growing up together. But with graduation approaching and college plans in question, what will become of the dreams, romances, and friendships of East High's senior Wildcats?
Ugh.
Find out.
Haven't they? Well, what's her name? Vanessa Hudgens is a character.
Yeah. Gabriella.
In the first one.
Yeah.
It's not like she grew up with these people.
No, she just got there.
Yeah. That blurb is false advertising,
to be fair, we have missed the context of the second film. We've seen the first film, we're skipping the second, and we're jumping to the third. So something might have really happened over the summer break that solidified her friendship with all of these people.
Yeah, it's like skipping probably Empire Strikes Back, Maybe the second one was the best one.
Maybe. According to Charmstar.
Maybe. We skipped the second one, and it turns out the second one was the best one.
Yeah.
If we watched the second one, my thoughts on these movies would have been different.
Possibly.
See, you
But, Kevin, we're trying to live a minimalist lifestyle, so lucky we didn't watch the second one.
Minimalist lifestyle, but we still had to have 1 and 3.
Anyway, find out what happens to all your favourite characters in this big screen musical sensation, now bigger than ever. High School Musical 3 Senior Year Extended Edition is non-stop entertainment the whole family will love. That is all one sentence. That, like,
someone didn't finish high school.
Their run-on sentences right there. But anyway, it's...
Favourite characters?
Yes.
From the first one. Who's my favourite character? Oh, Zeke?
He's not listed. He can't be your favourite character, sorry.
Well, that's too bad for him.
Yeah, because I quite like Zeke. But yeah, nope, not listed. Can't be your favourite.
Go on.
It's 112 minutes. So that's longer than I thought. You don't have plans today, do you?
12 minutes is longer than I thought.
You'll love it. It'll be fine. It'll be great.
Yep, bring it on.
We could watch the bonus features too if you want.
Because I thought, it's the last weekend of my break. What better thing to do than watch High School Musical 3 just to end it? It's very fitting. It's the end of the series and it's my end of my holidays.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why not enjoy it with Zac Efron before, he's had his substance abuse problems.
Oh my goodness. I don't remember this. Is this defamation?
It's a known fact. He talked about it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Oh.
He's quite open about it.
Oh, okay.
Well, as far as I know, from news and podcasts that I've listened to.
Okay. Maybe this film drove him to it.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Okay. We're about to sit down and watch High School Musical 3 Senior Year Extended Edition. If you haven't seen the Extended Edition, or you haven't seen High School Musical 3 in a long time, make sure you sit down and watch it before we do, because we are going to come back and Kevin is going to spoil it for you. I might spoil it a bit too.
Save yourself some pain, I'll do it for you.
Back. We've just finished blowing Kevin's mind with High School Musical 3 Senior Year. There's no way he's ever going to want me to get rid of this DVD. He loved it. He was enjoying himself.
Yep.
He was saying, play it again. Yep.
I want more. Play that same song.
Yeah. We were repeating songs.
Especially the one where we were dancing on the rooftop.
Yes.
Yep.
You liked that one a lot.
Oh, yeah. It's very romantic and realistic for high school people.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Kevin, would you like to recap this film and give us your arguments?
Look, I actually took notes. I took notes because, I was going to I'm probably going to drift in and out of this. But no, I took notes because I was taking notes.
That's very professional of you.
Yeah, I thought I'd up my game with this podcast thing because I'm trying to do a service to people.
Yeah, and because I'm winning every time.
Well, you're pandering to the crowd. I think I've repeated that several times in different episodes. But anyway. Alright, so High School Musical 3. Is it senior year?
It is senior year.
Graduation year.
Yeah.
So the cover's got them wearing their graduation robes and stuff like that. So you'd expect there was a graduation. But the thing is, it wasn't even a year. It felt like just a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like the timeline in this movie was crazy. But we'll start with the start. So, as we all know, Troy Bolton, star of the Wildcats basketball team. Yes. Number 14. Number 14.
Is he?
Yeah, I remember jersey numbers.
All right.
I'm into sports.
Good. Excellent.
I think the movie started, in the middle of a game? The state championships?
I don't know if it was the state championship.
It's some sort of championship.
It was a championship.
They were losing by a lot.
It was 21 points. I remember this because I remember thinking, that's a pretty significant gap.
21 points sometimes, if you're a basketball fan, that's...
In the NBA, you're like, this isn't impossible to come back from, but it's going to be a bit tough.
But for high school kids, with their emotional levels, sometimes they just give up. Anyway, so the movie opens with Zac Efron's face.
Yes, Troy.
All sweaty. It was you know, like Australia's pretty hot.
Yes.
It's warm. When you play sport, you get sweaty.
Yeah.
But he looked like he just got out of the shower sweaty.
Yeah. The costume, makeup, human had definitely just
But
thrown
it translated the emotions of what Zach was going through in the state championship.
a bucket of water had been thrown on his head.
As the captain of the Wildcats, you know, he's putting the team on his back, for Christ's sake, Katie. Yeah?
Yes.
So it's the first half of the game. They're losing by 21, as you said. And they go into the locker room all sad. And then from then on, they're all like, yeah, guys, we can do this. Troy's dad walks in.
Yeah.
Who is the coach, the head coach of the Wildcats?
He is indeed. He is a Wildcat himself.
He was.
Yes.
He was. So, like I said from the first episode, he never left.
Yeah. No.
He never left the bloody thing. But comment on Zach's dad, or Troy's dad, the actor that plays him. It looked like he tried to look a lot younger in this one. Like,
well, he has no control over his makeup or costume.
With his haircut. Yeah, he just looks a bit weird compared to the first one. He doesn't look like a dad.
I was not on board with the haircut. I will admit this. But then I thought that was my own haircut prejudice.
Yeah, but I digress. But anyway, so his dad walks in and goes, guys, I'm not going to talk about plays. I'm not going to talk about the X's and O's. This is your last game of your senior year. Play it the way you want to remember it.
Yeah.
And he walks away from the locker room.
He did say they had 16 minutes left, but that was about the extent of his speech.
The extent of the logistics of the game, I guess.
Yes.
So very motivational. And Troy just basically repeats what his dad said. And everyone gets fired up. Fast forward to the game.
Well, Chad helps.
I keep forgetting who Chad is every time you say his name.
Okay, Corbin Blue.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna keep changing into characters' names because I don't remember the characters' names.
Okay.
Because I remember them from who they are, who they actually are. So the game happens. I'm gonna be talking about this game a lot because it resonates a lot with me.
Yes, you feel personally connected to the
Yeah,
Wildcats.
I feel personally insulted by the way they are.
I was going for an empathy route, but
No, I don't feel for him. Like, well, I haven't won a state championship or have been a captain of a high school team in America. But the way they portrayed this game, it seemed like, unsurmountable lead to get over. But they did.
They did.
They did.
Spoiler alert.
So they start off, obviously, with the third quarter. They're still losing. And then, for some reason, there was only 35 seconds left in the game. 35? I don't know. But they jumped straight from walking out of the locker room.
Yeah.
Warming up for the second half of the game. And then, bang.
It's the end of the game.
Yeah,
The montage wasn't clear. I feel like for the extended edition, they could have included more game time for you.
Yeah, it's 21 points. You know what I mean? Like, how the hell did they get over that? I want to know.
Troy shot some baskets.
Apparently. Well, that's how you play the game. But then the last play, they were down by one,
yes.
2? Yeah, because they won by 1, I'm pretty sure. And
it was a low-scoring game, too.
That's a high school game.
Oh, yeah, okay, true.
But at the same time, 21 points and winning the game at the end with 16 minutes left. The other team probably didn't score any points.
I don't remember.
But they won because they bloody sang while they were playing. Like Zach was like dribbling the ball up the court, and
the power of song.
Yeah, and he was singing about how much pressure it is, blah, 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 blah. And then the light goes out or, dims down, and then poof, comes out Vanessa Hudgens out of the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And talks to him directly.
It was
she sings to him directly to motivate him. You can do this through song. No wonder the other team lost because they bloody turned the lights off.
Yeah.
This dude's singing, holding the ball, and there's this chick who's just standing in the crowd while the crowd just goes awfully silent for a basketball game for this girl to just sing.
Yeah. In fact,
if I was the other team, I would have been put off by that too and would have scored and we're like, guys, it's not worth winning this game. This team's weird. Let's just move on to another conference so we don't see this team again.
Next time you play social basketball,
I'm gonna sing, mate.
No. I'm gonna sing.
I'm gonna dribble up the court.
Okay.
Instead of calling out plays or asking for the ball, I'm just gonna sing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna prance around the court.
When you look low, I'll stand up in the crowd.
Oh God!
I'll turn the lights off.
Yep.
And I'll sing to you in the dark and be like, Kev, you got this. You can do it.
Yep.
You can overcome the odds.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a beautiful...
The Wildcats did. But the sports fan in me kind of got triggered when they talked about this play. It's called The Rocket Man. They give it to Rocket Man. I was like, what the hell is Rocket Man?
Oh, that was the character.
Yeah, I know. Well, obviously I realised who it was because, alright, so, paint you a picture if you haven't seen the movie. They're down by 1. They have the ball, obviously. Zac Efron was like...
Presumably they're on a timeout.
Well, they had a timeout. They were talking about the play. Everyone's like, what are we going to do? How are we going to score this basket? Oh, how are we going to score? And Zac was like, alright, we're going to do Rocket Man. Just give the ball to me. I was like, oh, classic. He's the captain. He's going to shoot the basket. It surprised me. He was unselfish. So they asked this kid who's sitting down the end of the bench. And usually if you watch professional basketball, if you're at the end of the bench away from the coach, you're never going to see playing time.
No, you're there just in case.
You have your warm-ups on, and then you kind of pass the towel around to the people who are actually playing. I've been there. So they call this dude up, and it turns out he's Rocket Man.
Yeah.
You're down by 1 in a championship bloody game. You call up someone who hasn't played all season, probably.
I would understand it if someone got injured. No one got injured.
Yeah, that's the whole point of them being there. No one got injured. But the thing is, alright, we're going to rely on this dude. Anyway, straight to the court. Zac Efron's wasting some time, so when they score the basket, the other team doesn't have a chance to score. So he's eating some clock. He fakes the shot, passes it off to Rocket Man. And usually, when someone passes you the ball, you don't have time to hold on to it.
No. So you dribble and shoot.
You dribble and shoot, or you pass, or you have to be time conscious. So if there's a few seconds left, you can't hold on to that bloody ball, mate.
Well, he did.
He did. That's my issue. He was stunned that he got the ball. I was stunned too for him. He hasn't played a game all season, I'm assuming. And then he looks at it and goes, oh, a ball in my hands? What do I do? And everyone's like, shoot it. And he took a shot, banks it in, hits the glass, goes into the basket, and they won a championship. Yeah. And then this kid's bloody ego gets boosted for the rest of the freaking movie.
Yeah, he is very proud of himself.
Oh, Lord. And his emo haircut.
I was kind of proud of him for using the backboard, because I don't think anyone else did.
If you're good at shooting, you don't have to really use it. But the angle that he was in, and the time he took, he might as well.
It's amazing that he beat the buzzer in the end.
That's the first 5 minutes of the bloody movie.
And the first 20 minutes of the podcast.
Yeah. See, there's something that resonated with me in this movie. So, after that, they celebrate the win. They go back to... Is it Zach's? I'm assuming it was... Oh, yeah. It was Zach's house.
It was, yeah.
Because the tree house was there.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get into this tree house. So, they're walking around the party. It's a big party. It looks like a massive party. There's a barbecue on.
All of the Wildcats are there.
All the Wildcats are there. The whole school was there, I'm pretty sure. And, his dad was cooking the barbecue, and there was a scout. So a scout is someone who obviously scouts for players.
Yes.
He watches high school games, usually for college, and they see who's best, and they can offer him scholarships and stuff like that. And apparently, this scout, I'm pretty sure he's friends with Troy's dad. It's like, oh, you played well. You basically have a spot in our school. You're so good. And it's like, So Zach's like, yeah, it's fine, but I got somewhere to be. I got to find Vanessa Hudgens. So fast forward, they go to this treehouse that obviously Zach's had since he was a kid. This treehouse is basically in the middle of the house, in the middle of the backyard, basically. Middle of the party, I should say. And they go, oh Zach, it's so it's so good that you found like a very secret spot.
Yeah.
You look up, you don't even have to move your neck up from the party, and they're right there.
Yeah, it was not very secret. But I did like when the camera came up to them, suddenly there was no party noise in the background. Like, it was completely silent. It was just like, they're so in love. Yeah. All they can hear is
it's
each
senior
other.
Year. They have self-doubt about what's going to happen in the future. They have doubts about the relationship.
Do they? They love each other.
They have doubts at the end. Jumping the gun here, mate. You right there with your chair?
Yeah, my chair's very squeaky. I apologise.
Yeah, you just can't get enough of this story.
I know, I'm eager.
So, another thing that we both noticed, I guess, is that the production value skyrocketed.
They had a lot of money.
It's like, I bet you it's number 2, the reason why they have so much money.
As I said before, I don't remember much about number 2. I remember there was a pool.
Yeah, because they started singing. This treehouse just started spinning.
Yeah.
It started turning, and it's like it's a big sound stage. They're singing, and they still think that they're secluded and in a secret spot. But, you know, it's romantic for some people.
They sing so hard the treehouse spins.
Yeah, exactly.
It rotates.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, is that obviously Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron were in a relationship, and it feels like they were in a relationship because the sexual tension was, lordy, so much touching. It's like, you know, well, they represented high school well, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Well, do you see that? You know, it happens in high school, but man, it's like so much touching.
This is a Disney film, guys.
Yeah, that's probably why they got fired after this.
Did they, or did they
I'm
finish,
did
they finish
quit.
the story? Like, they weren't going to do High School Musical university year. That's weird. Doesn't work.
I thought they were going to. There were rumours.
What would it have been? Like, college musical?
Yeah, you know, drugs, alcohol.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, so, you know, that happened. So we go to the high school. So, you know, everyone else is getting reintroduced again, especially the antagonist of the film, Sharpay, what's her last name?
Evans.
Played by Ashley Tisdale. Compared to the first movie, they really portrayed her as a villain in this one. She wasn't as bad as, you know, from what I remember for the first one. Anyway, who cares? Who cares? Let's not, you know, character analyze.
I'm not going to character analyze, but I will say I find it... Okay, I shouldn't say this because I'm helping your argument.
They're good.
She did appear more villainous in this one, but at the same time, she literally did not have
any lines.
Well, no, not any lines, but she didn't have a single evil plot. Like, in the first one...
Well, she kind of did.
She actively plotted against Troy and Gabriella. She got the audition time changed.
Well, she kind of did it with this one.
What was her plan?
The plan just fell on her lap.
She just kept nagging her brother to steal their songs, but she didn't actually do anything.
Well, apparently in American high schools, you know, seniors get assistants. Yeah, because she put out a bloody, you know, job ad for an assistant for, you know, 'cause she's so busy in high school, you know. I got my musical, I got this, yeah. And then some British chick. Firstly, I thought she was an Australian pretending to be British.
Yeah.
But it turned out she's actually British, but her accent was, like, weird. Maybe it's a direction, I don't know.
Or maybe she's not, maybe that's not her natural British accent.
But at the same time, the direction that they gave her, or this whole scene, so she applies to Sharpay, you know, applies for the job, she gets it because, oh, you know, Sharpay kind of is like, oh, I like your sassiness. Or you already know what my schedule is. She hands her a bag, like... a paper bag.
Yeah,
like, you know, paper bag. You can just put in your head, paper bag.
Like, you've ordered Uber Eats and it's arrived in a paper bag.
And then she was like, oh, you even got your coffee. And then she explains...
It's a latte
blah, 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 blah. And she hands her this bag. I was like, is the coffee in that bag?
And there was definitely no box in the bottom of that bag.
There's nothing in that bag.
The bag looked empty.
It's like, they improvised the scene, and it's just like... we don't have any coffee cups. Put it in a bag. Which
is alarming because they literally have a rotating tree house, but they couldn't.
Well, that's probably the thing, is that they filmed all the illustrious set, the soundstage set, and then they forgot to buy coffee.
I do think a lot of time was put into the musical
Or maybe coffee
numbers.
was a code name for drugs.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, that's why it's in the bag. Anyway, they fast forward to the drama class. Is it drama class? They're in a class with the drama teacher.
It's homeroom.
Oh, whatever it was.
It just is coincidentally...
It's in the class. Let's not dwell on this.
Coincidentally, everyone in that homeroom wants to do the musical.
They didn't want to do the musical, Katie.
Oh, sorry.
But the nerdy musical chick...
The playmaker.
The playmaker from the first one. The point guard. The one that got the game ball from the championship game in the first movie. She forges the names of the...
You're making this sound like a crime.
Well,
she signs everyone
there's
up.
a lot of, questionable actions done in this movie. So this one might be a bit long because, I thought I'd really put in the effort to get rid of this bloody film out of this bloody house. So, if we ever have kids and, they have kids, they're not going to know that we own this bloody movie.
Unless they listen to the podcast.
We're gonna delete this episode afterwards because it's just shameful. I'd rather them know that we have Black Beauty. That was a funny film. Anyway, So the drama teacher was like, announcement. The school musical that we're doing this year is about you. You know, you're going to make it about your senior year. Oh, convenient. It's the title of the bloody movie. You know? So they were like, but like I said, you know, the chick forged their names and they're like, why did you do that? We're so busy with, final year things. And like Zeke was like, I got shit to cook.
He literally does say that.
No, he didn't say he's got shit to cook. I would have much more respect for Zeke if he went, I got shit to cook. I'm too busy for this.
He says some elaborate thing about having 5 recipes to
for his
cook for
family
his
class.
family.
No, there's a family studies or something like that.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Or at least we know that he's preparing for his future, which is good. And then everyone's like, "Oh, I got basketball training. Oh, I got this. I got exams," which is probably realistic. They're portraying the stresses.
Zeke's excuse was weak though.
Well, you know, he's a growing boy. He looks like he's 27 in this movie, but you know. Anyway, I'll give him this. They reflected somewhat, just a little bit, on the actual stresses of being in a senior year. Because I think this movie came out around the time that we were seniors at school, right? But then they were like, Vanessa Hudgens comes out. It's like, guys, this is our senior year. They keep repeating the word senior year. Like, we're already watching your movie. Yeah. You don't have to advertise anymore.
We were watching the extended edition. In the normal edition, they don't say senior year nearly as much.
Disappointing. But then, you know, she was like, it's our last year, you know, we're gonna have fun. So they all look at each other. Oh no, Zach puts his hand up. I'll do it. You know, as the captain of the Wildcats, you know, we already won the championship anyway, so I got nothing on, guys. And then he kind of just looks at everyone and they go, I suppose we'll do it. So, you know, peer pressure. But more on that later. So my favorite scene,
okay,
I think it was, the end of school or lunchtime or whatever. Vanessa Hudgens was at the front of the school talking to her...
it was before school.
Was it before school?
It was before school.
Oh, it was before school. See?
I only know because there was a shot of the clock in the background. It was 20 to 8.
Early start. And then Zach was on the rooftop. And then he was like, Hey, I'm up here. I need your help.
He was on the phone to her, but he...
I imagine like he was yelling. You know?
Well, he was. He was kind of...
Yes.
He called her on the phone, but then when she got on the phone, he yelled and waved at her.
Yeah, so, you know, Vanessa Hudgens just went deaf in both ears.
Yes.
So he's like, come up here. I want you to help me pick a suit for the prom.
Well, he didn't tell her that that's what she was doing.
Well,
he just said...
Spoiler, sorry, guys. Like, you care.
He just lured her up there.
Lured her up there. It didn't take too long. And then, did this garden come up in the...
Yeah, it was in the first one.
movie?
Remember, he was like, this is my secret place.
It's not too secret.
None of the Wildcats know about it because it's so secret.
But for some reason, it's a well-kept garden.
I think it's like a science class, like botany. I don't know.
Botany? It looked like, you know, someone was going to get married up there. Maybe they hire out the rooftop on weekends for people who want to get married.
Herbology.
What?
You know, from Harry Potter.
Herbology?
Yeah, isn't that what Professor with the mandrakes?
Yeah, but they dance in this rooftop, Katie. So, like, you know, Zach chooses a blazer. And like what you pointed out, it's a very turn of the decade look before 2010.
Yes.
The blazer and the t-shirt, like the V-neck t-shirt and jeans and the moppy haircut.
I saw it and had immediate flashbacks to my senior year.
Did you sing and dance? No.
No,
No, you didn't live up to the hype. And then, so she was like, oh, you should wear this. And then, you know, they started dancing. It's like, oh.
He had 3 options. He bought 3 blazers to school.
Yeah.
That would be bulky. Like, I wouldn't want to carry 3 blazers around at school. I wouldn't even have 3 blazers when I was 17.
Well, I don't even have a blazer now. And then he surprises her with 2 tickets to the prom. Surprise, surprise, they're going to the prom together. Oh, what a way to surprise her, Zach. Anyway, and they're like, oh, the prom's called The Last Waltz. Do we have to waltz? And then boom, they start dancing to this stupid song. But then they're on the rooftop, like you said, you know, before class. And, you know, sunny skies. It was a nice day. And then it just starts bloody raining.
Yeah, because there's money in the budget for rain.
And then, you know, they were soaked.
It is.
Soaked.
It is not raining. It is pouring rain. Like, it is... There is a monsoon all of a sudden.
Maybe it's a metaphor for their over-sexualized...
Oh, God. Oh, no.
But anyway, there's a lot of touching in this scene.
I was alarmed by the fact that it's suddenly the torrential rain starts. The
Are
monsoon,
you on my side in this?
The apocalypse. No, definitely not.
Yeah, you are.
No reaction from them. They're just looking at each other in love. But then the bell goes and Gabriella freaks out.
Oh,
we gotta
you
go
can talk
glass.
about my points for me then.
Okay, sorry.
You know, like I'm not sad because it's your bloody DVD. You know.
No, we have to keep this DVD. Continue, Kevin. I'm going to argue with you now.
So
You caught me in a trap.
it's like he just bought this blazer. He gets soaked. And he's cool with it because they have money to spare, apparently.
Well, he has enough money for 3 blazers.
Anyway.
Probably had 7 more at home.
Yeah, probably. He did Zac Efron. The bell goes, and it's just like, no one knows your secret spot. Where the hell have you been? What do they think? They got soaked? I don't know. Anyway.
They didn't show us the consequences, though. I assume that
apparently, Zac is very invincible from consequences throughout this whole movie.
Oh, really?
Were you watching the same bloody movie, Katie?
I was playing coy. I was trying to pretend this is a,
Anyway, comment about the singing. Vanessa Hudgens, and most of the females actually in this movie, sounded very auto-tuned. Like, they already had high-pitched voices, but the auto-tune, it's very Disney because they sound like bloody Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's just a little tidbit.
I thought it was like nasally baby talk.
I think I said to you while we were watching the movie, it sounds like the girl from Singing in the Rain when they finally had the audio on. Hey, hello! You know what I mean? Like,
good film.
Yeah. Well, it's not High School Musical.
I can't stand him. That girl.
Yeah, that one. But anyway, after this, so Zac goes straight to the locker room because, he's all wet, so he gets changed. And apparently there's, I don't know how real this is, but it probably is. There's a tradition where the seniors in the basketball team offers their locker room or their lockers to the juniors or whatever you call them. So the same dude, Rocket Man, and his friend, they just had a shower. They just had the towel on. And they were like, hey, Troy, can we have your locker? Like, you are moving. It's like, yeah, sure. Like, it's just over here. And then they open the locker and the clothes aren't there. And then it turns out Corbin Bleu and Zac Efron stole their clothes. And they made these kids run with just a towel on throughout the whole school. Ran around throughout the whole school. One, OHS, occupational health and safety, please.
Well, I don't think they're worried about that.
Well, apparently not. They didn't even worry about the mental well-being of these kids being embarrassed throughout the whole school without nothing on. And no one did anything.
You're correct.
In fact, they ended up on stage embarrassing themselves even more.
In the middle of the rehearsal.
They just had a towel on. And they got in trouble. The kids who were like half naked got in trouble. It's like,
I think they got detention.
Yeah, and then not the dudes who stole their clothes and
I think Miss Darbus was like
humiliated these kids.
Oh, you!
It's bullying, man. It's bullying. At the time, kids were watching this thing, and they probably think we should do that.
Yes, possibly, but
say no against bullying, please.
Hey, Rocket Man ran directly past the coach and didn't even stop him. While he was.
Well, the coach didn't stop him.
I know.
Well, they're kids. You can't blame them. Their instinct is to chase.
Yeah, true.
But the coach is like, it's fine. They can just show their junk around because clearly it's not enough protection in that towel.
Disappointing.
Yep. And more bullying stuff is, I forgot her name. Corbin Bleu's love interest.
Taylor.
Is that her character name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor. She was getting mad at Corbin Bleu for not being enthusiastic and loving enough in his ways of asking her to the prom. So she emotionally blackmails him.
Does she?
Or emotionally bullies him. Because, he realized his mistake. So he gets some flowers, goes up to her in the cafeteria, and she pretends to be deaf or pretends like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, what do you want?
Is this hitting a nerve, Kev? Are you like, ah?
Yeah, there's just so much bullying in this thing. I don't know, I'm mad. Anyway, so Zac decides to shut everyone up, the whole cafeteria. My friend's got something to say. Yeah, put this guy on the spot. What if he gets rejected? Embarrassing. Depression over there.
Oh my gosh.
But she says yes anyway, so she's a very needy girlfriend, I guess.
She wanted a big gesture.
Yeah, I suppose it is their senior year, it's their prom. I don't blame her. No, I do blame her.
Chad should have just taken her up to the botanical gardens.
No, but there's Zac's secret spot. Where else is he going to keep his 3 blazers?
But the Wildcats went up there at the end of the first movie, so it's not really a secret spot anymore. I guess the monsoon had happened.
Look, there's a lot of points that kind of, we'll skip some because there's this scene that really, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Zach and Corbin Blue. I'm just gonna keep calling. I'm not gonna call him Corbin. I'm not gonna call him Blue. He's Corbin Blue.
Okay. Or Chad. He's not.
So
Chad.
the whole movie, Zach's got a shitty car.
Yes.
It's a very rusty car. It sounds like,
It's a truck.
It's a truck, sorry. It's a ute, and it's terrible, It's got no legs left, basically. So he decides that he needed a radiator cap because he's only using duct tape on this radiator. So he goes to the junkyard. And, this junkyard is owned by, if people are familiar with wrestling, he looks like Triple H. He's long blonde hair. He looks like a bikie. Bikie wrestler. He looks like a wrestler. He probably was. They're all actors. And then it seems like Zach and Corbin are like frequent visitors of this junkyard because this guy's like, alright, you know where things are, boys. I'm about to go home because I got this thing on. Lock up.
Yeah.
Make sure you lock up maybe my source of financial income. Feeding my family with this business. I'm just gonna leave it to the boys. It's fine.
They're 17 years old. They're responsible.
And obviously they're trying to build this conflict between Zach and Corbin Blue's characters because Zach conflicted that he wants to play basketball and be a singer or be in theater at the same time.
Yeah.
But the university that they presumed that he was going to is the same as Corbin Blues, and they were going to be the same team. They're going to play college ball together, turn pro. All that lovely stuff. Every basketball kid had that dream. So they tried to kind of like, we've been together for so long, bro. So they had a musical number together in the junkyard.
Yeah.
And so like, the boys are back.
The boys are back.
The boys are back. Even
I don't
though
know
they
where
never
the boys
left.
went.
Yeah, they never left. So they're just like, it's kind of reminiscent to kind of like Footloose, but more happy. Because there's a Footloose scene where he's very depressed down the track. We're gonna cover that too. This is a very long episode. I'm sorry.
You better speed through this, otherwise the people will leave.
People will leave. If you want details on why I want this shit going out of my house, you have to listen to it. Anyway, so they sing blah blah blah, and they're reminiscing about the good old times when they were kids, and then just random junkyard people. It's like homeless people wearing armor from junk just popped up to be backup dancers.
Yeah.
And then there was a scene where they go through under a car and they turn into kids.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a weird scene.
And then they turn back into adults.
Yeah. Instantly. But what's the point of this scene?
I don't know.
It's like, we know you're friends. You've mentioned so many times you've been through together a lot. You don't have to make a bloody song together about you being back because you never left.
Oh my god. Now I've got to bleep the thing.
Good. Bleep it. Bleep it.
Alright.
Anyway.
It was random.
Yeah, so the boys are back, and then there's another scene where the boys are back at their house and they're having dinner with their respective parents.
Oh yeah.
And then there was no food on the table, but there were photos of Zach and Corbin Blue on the table with candles.
Not together. It wasn't a picture of them together.
No, it's two separate.
Smiling.
It's a funeral.
Yeah, it was like a picture of Zach.
No. Actually, no. Credit to the people that wrote this. Maybe it's symbolism of their friendship. It's dead. Anyway,
it's like a 1 minute scene too. They all just sit around the table and drink over these photographs and candles.
Yeah. So another thing that they established in this universe is Zach frequently sneaks up to Vanessa Hudgens' house.
Yes, a la Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, to the balcony and stuff like that. But how does he sneak with that shitty car that he has? You can hear it start from a mile away. So maybe Vanessa Hudgens' mom's just neglectful of her daughter. Anyway.
Maybe she's just turning a blind eye. She's like, I like Zach.
Yeah, so a plot point of the movie, I should probably say this, is Vanessa Hudgens gets offered an orientation week at Stanford.
Yeah.
So
I'm not clear if it's a week or not.
I think it was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks because it's near the end. So here's the thing about this bloody movie. We get movies or in TV shows like The Witcher, where the timeline's really, you have to figure out yourself. Yes. It challenges the viewers.
Yes.
That's fine. and it's more rewarding at the end of the season because you go, oh, now it makes sense.
Yeah,
and,
but it's pre-planned.
And, like, reflecting on your last review of Little Women, maybe it's not the last review when you hear this, but Greta Gerwig changed the whole,
chronology
of the, and it challenges you, and it makes it a lot more worthwhile. But this whole bloody movie, it's already linear. It's already in order.
Yeah.
But we don't know when things are happening because one time they're like, there's 2 weeks time left, blah, 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 and it's 2 days, and then it's next week. Oh no, it's 2 weeks. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we don't know when the actual musical is or graduation is because...
Well, the way that it sounded, I feel like this film was meant to take place over a year.
But no, it felt like it was like 3 weeks.
Well, they mentioned like, oh, we're starting rehearsals for the musical. It's in 2 weeks, which is impossible, by the way.
Maybe they're talking about the rehearsals being in 2 weeks, but I don't know.
And then...
I don't know. And the production set that they have, that's slave labor.
I know that the prom was 2 days before the musical, and the graduation was at some point
who
after
knows,
the musical.
Katie?
I don't
Who
know.
bloody knows? But, like, another confusing thing about this movie is that the songs and some of the significant moments of being in high school, they start singing, and it turns out to be part of the musical.
Yeah.
So it was confusing. Anyway, so Vanessa Hudgens gets offered 2 weeks, let's just say 2 weeks in Stanford. Therefore, she cannot continue or partake with the musical.
No.
And the prom. So she goes to Stanford, and this is the villainous plot of Sharpay because she her assistant overhears that she got offered, and Vanessa Hudgens didn't want it anyway. Whatever.
So she
you get
tells
the picture.
Zac Efron.
Yeah. So she moves, and
it was a very placid, evil plot.
Yeah.
Like it was literally.
It's very passive aggressive.
Well,
it
just kind of fell in her lap, really.
Yeah, I said that at the start of this podcast, even though we're nearly 5 hours in. Anyway. So
we have so many opinions.
I have so many opinions.
Yes.
You own this thing.
I still haven't gotten to my opinions.
So don't get me started about my opinion on you owning this thing. Anyway, she tries to break up with Zach over the phone. But then, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, because you left
surprise.
the part where she got 2 weeks at Stanford, so her whole family moved.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, she's got orientation, and it doesn't even mean that she gets in,
I think she's in the uni.
She's in, but at the same time, it's not like she's going to like it there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's true.
Like, don't put your eggs in one basket straight up. But they did. Mum did.
They moved 1,000 miles.
They did. And, Vanessa Carlton could have played in the back of that car. Anyway, but they started packing through song.
Yeah, they did.
Crap just started disappearing where she was singing. Anyway, you're rushing me here. You're rushing me. Stop.
Sorry.
God, there's a lot of intellectual, challenging moments in this movie.
Yes.
Anyway, so she tried breaking up with Zach over the phone. It's like, I can't go to prom with you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I got your blazer wet. And then Zach just drives 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
With his crappy car
that doesn't even have a radiator cap.
I don't even know if he got a radiator cap.
Well, we didn't
honest.
see him find one. We just saw him dance.
I just saw him remove the bloody duct tape off the radiator and he started dancing. All right, kids, if you ever have a car and your radiator's broken, don't just take the lid off because you're gonna start dancing with homeless people. But anyway, so Zach drives and misses his own prom to dance in the courtyard of Stanford, which I thought was very rich of these two high school kids. Because if I was one of those, students in that university, I'd be like, "What the hell are you people doing? You don't even go here."
What's the quote? Did she even go here?
Yeah, exactly. She's just in orientation. She's not even fully enrolled yet, and there's this dude in a tree in a tuxedo going, "Surprise! I drove for 2 days with no aircon
and no radiator cap."
Yeah, no radiator cap.
And then
I nearly killed myself because of you. Dance with me.
And she's like, "But it's over 1,000 miles."
Duh. Because the way she found out that Zach was around, because he parks in the middle of the university. And, I'm assuming it's different over there, but the universities here, parking is so far away from the actual school.
You gotta pay a lot too.
Yeah.
If he can't pay for a radiator cap.
How can he pay for fuel for 1,000 miles? 2-day trip, as he mentioned. Anyway, so they dance, pretending it's prom. I think the same song played.
Yeah.
The waltz one on the rooftop.
And then I
Because it
think
triggered me really badly.
they imagined they were at the
Yeah, it was
prom.
weird because everyone else was there.
But-
and it felt like it was a scene from the musical.
Yeah, but they didn't actually go to the prom.
Yeah, but anyway, so here's the most confusing part. We're down the end now. Thank God. So the musical was on, and last minute thing, Zach texts Rocket Man because Rocket Man is the
I don't even think he
understudy.
texts. Oh, does he
No,
text?
he did.
Oh,
He did,
right, yeah,
he
but
did.
Rocket Man's mate reads it.
Yeah, because Rocket Man was like, "Why is he congratulating me and telling me to break a leg?"
Yeah, Rocket Man doesn't understand things.
I don't think Rocket Man understands a lot of things because he got chased. He chased around for his clothes around the school, and he's still friends with this dude. Anyway, so he's the understudy of Zach for the musical, and then obviously Sharpay's whole plan is to have this kissing moment with Zach on stage. Surprise! It's not really surprising. It's very cliche, I think. So Zach was like, I'll be in the second act of the thing. I'm just driving I've been driving 2 days straight trying to pick up my girlfriend because I convinced her to come back for the last couple of days of school. Just kind of breaking her future a little bit here. So the musical happens. It's all weird. One point is that Sharpay's parents rings her up to wish her good luck. And then she was like, "Oh, how's India? Oh no, how's South Africa or Africa?"
She's like, "How's Africa or is it India?" I don't know. She just
completely different things.
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Oh, sorry. Oh, you're here? Oh, all right, excellent." You find out that they come from India, like they visited India because the camera has a shot of them in the crowd with traditional Indian clothes. And I was like, that.
It's not quite a complete like sari, but it's.
And they have the full, like traditional makeup. They're whites, Katie.
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
I don't know.
It's like us coming back from the Philippines. It's like, we're back from the Philippines and we're wearing traditional clothes.
Barongs.
And
We're both
like,
wearing a barong.
This formal gown. It's racist. Very racist. It's bad.
And you're
Thanks,
Filipino.
Disney. What's that mean?
Well, I'm saying that it's probably less bad for you to come back from the Philippines wearing a barong than it is for two white people to come back
That's
from
true.
India.
Anyway, I'm getting mad. I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
Yeah, I just didn't understand the point of it.
I don't understand the point of this
Maybe
movie.
it was so we could identify that they were her parents, but I think we could have done that without
because
them.
they were clapping when she was on stage.
They could have just had them wearing pink.
Oh no! Oh, I forgot a big plot point of this movie, guys. I'm sorry. 3 people got offered a possibility. 3 or 4 people.
4 people. Juilliard.
To Juilliard, and then because in this scene, the Juilliard people had their seats,
Yeah.
which was already reserved weeks ahead
Yeah.
of the show, so they were judging. But then I was like, man, these aren't real Juilliard people, so I'm assuming Juilliard scouts would have more taste.
I feel like the musical put on by High School Musical 3, senior year, called Senior Year, I would compare it to Cats. There was no through line. Like, there was no storyline in their musical.
Just introducing themselves.
They literally just came on stage and introduced themselves.
Which one's the Jellicle cat? I don't know. Well, technically it is, because it's like, who's going to Juilliard?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're trying to choose the Jellicle cat.
The Jellicle. Oh, God. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And the Jellicle ways.
Juilliard is the...
Yeah.
What is
Juilliard? Jellicle? Ooh. Smart move, Disney.
You can... Oh, that's why we have to keep this film. They were so deep in it. They were...
We're not buying cats, Katie. The soundtrack is enough in the car. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, that's probably a major plot point that we missed because there's so much going on with this bloody movie. That doesn't make sense.
People who haven't seen Cats are going to be very confused by all those Cats jokes
Well,
we just
don't
made.
watch any of this. Don't watch any Cats or High School Musicals. Anyway, so Zach comes back and, they have a singing number with Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah.
And then it looks like the end of, like, the musical because there's flowers and stuff, and the crowd was going crazy.
Yeah,
it was like a bloody One Direction concert.
There were upwards of 10 standing ovations. I didn't
They were
count.
going crazy. So I was confused. Is this a professional, were they trying to be professional with this musical, or was it like a farewell thing for the seniors? You know what I mean? Like, that's, how like most high schools have like farewells and people clap and stuff because, oh, that's cute and stuff like that. It felt like that. Because kids in their senior year think like the best years are done. You know what I mean? Well, for some. So it doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense. The whole thing, it felt like, was this like a novelty musicals or like, I forgot the word, where like they just sing and dance and there's no really, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
It felt weird. And then there was a graduation scene in the musical where they're all wearing their
Graduation robes.
and they were announcing what they were doing after high school.
Yeah. But then they had an actual graduation. We thought that was the actual
Yeah, I know.
graduation because
I
all
know.
the scenes like merged together. But then they had an actual graduation scene.
Yeah, I don't know
after
when
that.
it ended. I was like, please end it now.
And Troy did the valedictorian.
No, let's not jump to that yet, because the conflict that they tried to build with Corbin Bleu and Zach, this was the climax of that conflict, because Zach made his decision because he was like, I decided to go with basketball and also singing.
Theatre.
Yeah, and theatre. So I'm going to University of California in Birkdale. And then Corbin Bleu runs off stage. And where does he go? Where it all started, the basketball court.
The boys are back.
Yeah, the boys are back. And Corbin Blue's like, oh, so you decided to... And then, like, it's like, hey, bro, we're playing against each other in November, which I don't even think they're in the same conference. But they're like, oh, we're going to kick your ass. No, they said but. Yeah, they would have said but. It's Disney. So,
and then the dad comes in and he's like,
boys, get back on stage now. You have a musical to finish. It's like, so people can just walk out of this crap, you know? Anyway, so
yeah, I've never been.
So they announced who the Jellicle Cats were.
Yeah.
So it
there
was
were two Jellicle Cats this year.
Yeah, surprise.
Which they said.
Yeah,
is
Judi
very
Dench would have
unusual.
been happy.
Judi Dench wouldn't have been happy. There's only meant to be one.
Yeah, per year, or whatever a lifetime of a cat is. This felt like it. It felt like 9 years, 9 lives watching this bloody thing. Anyway, so the playmaker, nerdy musical chick, gets one of the things, and Sharpay's brother Brian, who's the choreographer.
Yes.
And then for some reason they already know where they got in to university.
That might be an American thing.
No, I don't think it is, because most of their letters come in after they graduate. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, or offers, I guess. And then they jump straight into graduation on the football field.
Yeah.
And then, Zac Efron was given the keynote speech. It's like, wouldn't the person who got, like, valedictorian... Maybe Zac did.
I would have expected it to be Taylor who did the speech.
Yeah, because she's the Michelle Obama of the movie. Like, she was the, I want to be president. I want to be, she runs everything. She runs the show.
She runs the decathlon team, and she's on the student council or whatever they call it.
Oh, and, the corniest part is that Zac was, like, professing his love to Vanessa Hudgens on stage in front of everyone. It's like, ugh.
High school love is strong.
God. Yeah. So they graduate and they start singing, and everyone's happy. His dad's accepting of going to a different university. To Cal. It's Cal. So he puts on a hat of Cal while Zac was graduating, which was a random scene, because it's like, why did he just put this hat on?
I'm not going to complain about that. It's an 112-minute movie, so
and this
just
is
put the hat on.
We're nearly
at 112 minutes.
Yeah,
ourselves.
there you go. Very fitting. This might be a new system in this podcast. Nah. But anyway, so they graduate, and then curtains fall down like it's a musical. And then the main characters were standing on stage looking down the barrel, and they're all holding hands like it's a finishing of a musical or a theatre show. And they're all individually from the least
they get close-up shots,
and some of them were crying, some of them were smiling. It's like, what? You just broke.
I think they wanted us to cry as an audience, be like, oh no,
and they're holding hands and they bowed. I was so confused.
I don't think when they made High School Musical 1 they expected to create 3.
No, I think they did.
You reckon?
No, I reckon they expected to make 3 mediocre movies.
Yeah, they probably didn't expect it to be as big.
But anyway,
as what it was.
That's the end of that. We skipped 2. Maybe 2 would have been the best, because they had summer vacation and maybe they had summer jobs. I
think that's the whole plot, Kev. Have you read the plot or something?
Well, I've seen some of the songs. Like I said, we had a Disney Channel, and this was the only thing that was on Disney Channel when I was a kid. Anyway, please don't see this. Soundtrack's terrible. I felt like I should go on 6th gear, just going ham on this episode, because I watched 2 High School Musical movies for the sake of this podcast, for the sake of my loving partner. For the entertainment of the world, if the world's even listening.
All right.
Come get me. If you love High School Musical 1, not so much 2, because I don't know about 2. And if you love High School Musical 3 and you have issues with what I said, bring it on.
Are you threatening to fight our fans?
I'm not threatening. I'm just offering the challenge. Challenge people if they have opposing views of this feature film that went for too long, just like this podcast. I don't know. I'm hungry. I'm hangry now.
I have 1.5 points before we go.
Yep.
I want to say that this film, although it didn't make a lot of sense a lot of the time, I actually don't think a lot of time was put into a script. I feel like they wrote a bunch of musical numbers. They thought about how they wanted those musical numbers to look.
Just
and then
like
they patched in a storyline around it. And there was no real tension. There was no real issue the whole time. They tried to make tension between Troy and Chad. They tried to make tension between Sharpay and everyone. It didn't really work. But the musical numbers were fantastic. There was so much money poured into this film. The production design was hectic. Everything was done on these massive sound stages, and for every musical number there were like 17,000 costume changes. They had an animatronic car.
I forgot about Zach's Footloose moment. He breaks into school, he breaks crap, and then, he sings because he's conflicted about what he wants to do, basketball or theatre. And then this was like on a weekend.
Yeah, it was night.
It's nighttime. Like, he breaks in with his shitty ute, and then he's singing on stage with the lights on. Who's controlling the lights if he's anyone here? But it turns out the bloody weird drama teacher is just sitting there pondering about the play they're about to do.
She's planning things.
I've completely forgot about that because the homeless people in the junkyard got me.
Yeah. We don't know they were homeless. They might, I don't know.
Katie.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Anyway, everything's performed on sound stages. They have crazy sets. They have crazy, costumes.
Maybe they watch a lot of Mad Max.
Multiple costume changes. They have a rotating treehouse. They have an animatronic car. They have a treehouse with a sunroof. Treehouse goals, really. This film, treehouse goals.
A moonroof.
It was a moonroof.
Because it's bigger than a sunroof.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was amazing. So I want to say that this film is worth watching for the production design because it was, there's a lot of money. When you watch this film, all you can see are dollar bills, basically.
Well, that's
money
what
for days.
Disney is. Maybe High School Musical was the reason that Disney had the money to buy Marvel, Star Wars, and Fox. So maybe we're not going to thank them. No.
High School Musical
There's nothing to think about the 2 points. Nah. I digress.
So yeah, production design, amazing. I will also say something that I really liked about this film, at the party in the backyard, if you watch this scene, I noticed that there was just constant confetti. And, that's a goal of mine. When I'm having a party, I want to just be walking around and have confetti coming out of the sky.
I can't even mow the lawn properly.
Constantly.
Can you imagine me raking confetti? Man, if they have kids and they do this crap,
I think it would make life more exciting. I didn't see one confetti gun. It was the same as the rain. Oh, the rain. That's another production element that would have been expensive. It's like they had a $30 million budget and they just bought a bunch of stuff they didn't need to make this thing look flashy. Anyway, it looks amazing. Go watch it.
No.
There is two other things that I really liked about this performance. There was a reference to a Fred Astaire film.
Oh, the turning of the set.
Yeah, it's actually quite a...
This was in the Footloose angry scene where Zach breaks into the school.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so in the film Royal Wedding, there's this awesome scene where Fred Astaire dances, the room rotates, and he dances off the walls and off the floors and off the ceiling.
It looks like he's walking just around the room, in a square.
It's really cool. Anyway, they did this in this film, obviously, because they had buckets of money and they love Fred Astaire. And I really appreciated that moment. But one moment that I really appreciate, because I studied theatre at school or at uni.
Humble brag.
Yeah, humble brag. I'm a theatre major.
I'm a thespian.
I really liked the line when Miss Darby says, line up downstage. Putting theatre terminology in a children's... It's great. It's educating the people. However...
Educating the people. This is how you bully kids. You take their clothes and make them run around naked.
However, this is my 0.5, because although they have a reference to Fred Astaire and they have the line up downstage, they also have a lot of things that would never happen in the theatre happen in their theatre. For example...
There was a lot of theatre in that sentence.
They reserve seats for the people from Juilliard before they even begin rehearsing the show, which seems like a very long period of time to reserve seats.
It highlights your point of them writing the songs before they made the plot.
They also have who I presume is the stage manager. It's someone who's wearing theatre blacks and is wearing a headset with a mic, sitting in the middle of the audience with the director. I don't know if they were calling the lights. I don't really understand why this tech person or stage manager person was sitting in the audience. That would never happen.
I feel like you're supporting my argument here.
Yeah, this does support your argument. It kind of counterbalances my line up downstage is awesome line. Another thing is the Juilliard people, when they're watching the performance, Troy emerges from the audience. He walks through the audience up to the stage and is singing to Gabriella, who stands on a balcony. One of the people from Juilliard says, "That's Troy Bolton." But the thing is, at this moment in the performance, Troy is being a really poor actor because he's blocking. He's standing with his back to the audience. They can't see
Katie,
him.
It's the captain of the basketball team. People would know who Troy is.
Maybe. He's not wearing his basketball number. Like, he's not wearing a jersey.
That hair.
Ah, you're right. The hair is unmistakable. They also have a very short rehearsal process, 2 weeks, I think. I have never heard of a musical being rehearsed.
Oh, so you hear that, guys? Katie's backing me up. No need to vote. We're going to just get rid of it.
And finally, the 10,000 ovations throughout the show. Like, it was just ovation, ovation, ovation. It might have been the same shot of the crowd repeatedly standing and applauding at every conceivable moment.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. It was inconceivable. Just like Inconceivable reviews.
Wow.
Look, this...
Good segue.
I know, right? This may actually be... Remember that time you were like, we should keep Black Beauty? And I was really shocked. This might be the first time where I agree with you.
Well, yet we still watched the bloody movie.
Before we watched the movie, I thought it was really good.
Don't pander to me.
And then after we watched it... Apart from the production design, I really have no positives.
All right. That's the end of the episode. Thank you.
Oh, and the Fred Astaire reference, obviously. The Fred Astaire
No need to continue this conversation.
Anyway, yes, Kevin is right. That's it for this episode. We'd love to hear your feedback, though. If you're a huge lover of High School Musical 3 Senior Year Extended Edition, please...
Come at me.
Write to us and tell us why, because I feel like I bought this film for a reason and I can't remember what that reason was, and I need to be reminded. So reach out, let us know, why is this an amazing film? I would love to hear your thoughts. In the meantime,
I get it. Zac Efron looks great. That's it.
Okay. In the meantime, head to our website, www.inconceivablereviews.com. We upload written reviews on new releases every week. Some of our most recent ones include Cats, Little Women, etc. We're catching Just Mercy today, and that'll be up by the time this podcast is released as well. You can also head to us on Facebook and Instagram. We are at Inconceivable Reviews and at Inconceivable Reviews Official. Thank you for listening, guys, and give us a like, give us a comment, give us a share.
Give us a listen.
Yeah, give us a listen. Let us know what you think.
Sweating it off here, being angry about High School Musical.
Yeah.
Might as well listen to it.
We need to get some kind of sponsorship so we can afford aircon.
Yes.
Anyway, catch you guys.
Bye.